because finally, another piece of good AEW news. Wednesday night on Dynamite, in a segment between the Young Bucks and Eddie Kingston, we get the debut of the former IWGP World Heavyweight Champion, Kazuchika Okada. This is one of the men who have been in some of the greatest matches in the history of pro wrestling, including that classic trilogy with Kenny Omega. And he was introduced as the newest member of the Elite. The Young Bucks fired Kenny Omega and definitely suspended Hangman Adam Page. And now Kazuchika Okada is standing next to the Young Bucks. And it looks like Okada is coming for Eddie Kingston. So I need to know, how do you feel about this debut? How do you feel about him turning heel as soon as he gets on AEW? Tell me how you're feeling.
I was actually watching back the video while you was presenting him. He looks great, by the way.
Yeah, he does.
Because like the few times I've seen Okada, like he was always in shape relatively, but he looked softer. He looks great. He actually looks bigger. You could tell he was really preparing for this moment.
Mm-hmm.
I like the way they kind of displaced him into this feud right away. But now it makes sense as to why they they kept the belt on Eddie if they're setting him up for Okada, because I mean, Okada could just snatch up the belt immediately if he really wanted to. And then you wouldn't be wrong. I mean, it's Okada, for crying out loud. I would be mad if they did the same thing with Mercedes and they stuck her in a feud where automatically she just snatches up the belt and, she elevates the thing. I don't think anyone's going to be mad at it. But no, I like the way that they presented him. The pop obviously was crazy. This is a big opportunity for AEW to like turn things around, between the whole set, between what they got with these pay-per-views, between now acquiring your lead male star, your lead women's star. And obviously there's a lot of familiar faces for Okada to work with, so I could see them like rehashing some of the storylines that they had over in New Japan and intermaneuvering here. I like it. He came in, he felt important, he feels like a big star. I can't complain about it. Yeah, I likes it. What you think?
Man, I'm excited. I'm excited. It looks like AEW, I don't want to say AEW is back, but AEW is presenting themselves in a way that is very, very similar to how it was in 2019. They feel like that thread again between Will Ospreay, between Takeshita, between this resurgence in the Young Bucks and their new character and presentation, between Kazuchika Okada, between reportedly Mercedes Moné debuting next week. It feels like they're ramping up again, and that's just always good. And I feel like because of all these new talents and because of all the ways that the old talents are being repackaged and presented, we're going to get a much better AEW product in 2024. I'm really, really excited. Okada obviously is one of the greatest wrestlers in the world. And I feel like the way that he came in and turned heel positioned him for so much, because he can go up against Eddie Kingston for this Triple Crown Continental title. He can also go up against Kenny Omega eventually, since he is the new member of the Elite. I can see him getting into it with Hangman. I can see him getting into it with Edge. But I feel like there's so much that he can do in this space. And now we can see not just a dynamic Kazuchika Okada, but I feel like this beefens up the programming across the board. Imagine Okada versus Aleister Black or Malachi Black on Collision. I think that will go crazy. But I'm just super excited. I'm very, very happy to see Okada in AEW. He looks great. He looks at home. And I'm eager to see what he does next. But let us know how you feel about Okada being in AEW.